Hello, my great and wonderful people. How una day today? I hope all of una day well. This report by the EU truly don't they make a lot of waves concerning this presidential petition tribunal. As we dey talk now, finally the court don't agree to accept this report by the EU as an evidence against the INEC and also Amebola Tinubu. And I'm not saying I say hope day. All right. This very one want to be say it reach our table here now say president election court don't agree the evidence when it be say EU observer report for Nigeria's 2023 poll, which is to say the judiciary don't finally they see the lights from both the international community and also the local community, because this one now waiting Nigerians don't they cry ever since. Peter Obi don't present a lot of evidence before the judiciary. Now they don't add this one journal again, which is Amebola Tinubu not get where to run to. Both local and international don't shut the door against them. May we watch and see how EBC they will take come aside for this heavy duty cage where EBC they lock against themselves. All right, may we do small reading from inside this very one, may we understand them much better before we bring on other videos when we equally get for our table. And as we put our hand there for inside this matter, they can make us understand, say, the Presidential Election Petition Court for Abuja, where EBC, the outcome of February 25th presidential poll, therefore the challenger on Monday don't agree for the evidence when EBC na it be the final report of the European Union Election Observer Mission, when they equally known as EUEOM, for the conduct of the poll when EBC it happened for this country, Nigeria. And still on top of the matter, the contours say for these reports, now waiting they very critical for the way when EBC INEC take conduct this very election of 2023, most especially the one when EBC it concerned the presidential election. And now they don't agree for this very exhibit when EBC it come from the European Union, when EBC is still there among the case when EBC the People's Democratic Party's candidates, when in name na Atiku Abubakar, he qualified to challenge President Bola Tinubu's victory for this 2023 poll. And again, the contour say Mr. Tinubu for All Progressive Congress, when they say that they call APC, he say this victory when he say he make him the president of this country, say now something when he say everybody they question. Both Atiku Abubakar when he be the presidential candidate of People's Democratic Party and also Peter Obi when he be presidential candidate of Labour Party. And not be only them. If we still put together the total people when they say that they challenge the victory of Amebola Tinubu for this 2023 presidential election, all of them, they be total of 15 other people. All right, my great and wonderful people. Now, only this one fit take from this very message when we say we they receive right now. When it be say court, they agree for the European Union's report and also accept the evidence to hold against Amebola Tinubu and INEC. All right, you get this other video when it say this lawyer take come aside after the court session to also throw more lights concerning what we they talk about now. I want to make una hear from them. I'll come back for more.
Well, we are very happy that today the final report of an international observer group accredited duly by INEC, that is the European Union Observation Mission, their final report was today tendered and admitted in evidence by the court. And you see that the witness who came from INEC, a director from INEC, read out the findings in that report, which clearly stated that that election fell before expectation, fell below expectation, and that only 31% of what was reported was mathematically accurate. So we think that this is a very good one.
How significant is the tendering of this report, considering the fact that the witness was not
No, no, no. The important thing is it's a certified document. So that is what is very material. It doesn't matter whether it's tendered through the witness or not. The important thing is the document itself. And in law, we say the document speaks for itself. So we're very happy. Thank you.
All right, my great and wonderful people. I believe say all of una don't hear that one by una self. I believe by now the Petition Election Tribunal judges don't get more than enough evidences for their own table to do wetin dey right. If they still bypass all these things, still go do wetin dey for the choice of this APC, Amebola Tinubu and the rest of others, then we know say no hope again for this nation. All right, share your own opinion with us in the comment section, even as we take you down to this other news. And yesterday we received this very update when they say they come from Femi Fani Kayode. And as we all know, say this man na right-hand man of Amebola Tinubu and also loyalist to APC. He come outside to also kick against this report from the European Union, and he make one profound statement when we say he make us dey concerned with this very update. He does say the reason why it be say the European Union come outside with this report now because of say their own candidates, which is the choice of their candidates, not come out victorious for this 2023. You know, honestly, the reason why it be say we carry this very information for you to listen to, not pass be say we don't observe to our own best understanding, even at this very point. Say if peradventure say the court give go ahead to Amebola Tinubu, make it continue for the next 4 years or 8 years, they no go ever succeed. Not be because of say we dey pray bad prayer for them or we no wish them well. The truth of the matter not pass be say the people when it be say that they try to surround Amebola Tinubu, abi they try to surround them, abi they don't already surround them. They don't already surround them. Now people when it be say they no go ever allow them to succeed. And one of them are Femi Fani Kayode. How you will see this kind of truth finish? You will come outside say now because of say the choice of the European Union not come true or it no win. Now it made them come outside to tell the world the truth, waiting their eyes see. This one is something when it be say all our eyes bear witness to. Both the small and the great bear witness to wetin happen during this February 25th general election. We understand wetin happen from the beginning to the end. Even to the extent all Nigerians become an observer during this very election. So wetin you want to tell us when it dey opposite to wetin we don't already know? So you want to tell us now, Femi Fani Kayode, they say European Unions, that they jealous of una, abi? You see, it go dey hard. Because the only way when it be say yes, people, they succeed. Now when it be say you yourself not fit stand for truth, and you see person when it be say they tell you the truth, you still fit get the courage to admit the truth. That one a sign to tell say within the shortest period of time, maybe you yourself will fit come acknowledge that very truth. But when it be say you not feel work for the truth and you not fit still admit the truth for the people when it be say that they try to tell you, that one na sure doom when it be say it dey ahead of you. Now only time it will take for you to land yourself for that very deep pit when it be say it dey ahead. All right, I will leave you to share your own opinion with us concerning that very one, even as we take you down to this other news. And this one, the one will be say it concerned there's senators, how it be say that they come outside to announce their own principal officers. Yes. As you know, as the Senate House don't get their own president, which is Godswill Akpabio, and also the House of Representatives, also their speaker, now they don't elect their own principal officers when it be said they're supposed to head different departments, most especially the Senate Majority Leader and also Senate Minority Leader, and so many other whips when it be say yes, they're supposed to be in position. And how come about the selections when it be say it make these people become the head of their department. Then because of that one, we get this report from this Arise News journalist when we see in name Na Abati. He come outside this morning to review to us certain things when EBC it concern this very issue. And before then, we want quickly say a very big kudos to Arise News team media when EBC that they give us access to this very piece of information for educational purposes. God Almighty will bless you. All right, you enjoy this breakdown from Abati. We'll come back for more.
Fallout one. When the National Assembly was going to appoint, the Senate President, Deputy Senate President, Speaker of the House of Reps, Deputy Speaker of the House of Reps, the major subject on the table then was a conflict between legislative independence and party supremacy. The National Working Committee of the APC had gone ahead at that time to issue a statement through its spokesperson, Felix Moka, right? To say that these are the persons that will emerge in these principal positions in the National Assembly. And we saw how that drama played out. The interest of the party prevailed, backed by the president, who did not come out expressly to say these are the people that he wanted at that time. But as it played out, you had Akpabio emerging as Senate President. You had Tajudi Abbas, emerging in the House of Representatives. But clearly, the soft text to all of that was that the party imposed itself. What we have seen in the emergence of the other principal officers in both chambers is that this time around, the message that is coming out is that the lawmakers chose those principal officers from among themselves. And so, the chairman of the APC would complain because this time around, the party was not in a position to dictate. So it's been reported as saying it's a rumor, but that the National Working Committee will still have interactions. On the contrary, there are also reports that, look, the process has the support of the Progressive Governors Forum, and APC governors also backed the process. So Adamu is on one side. There are other persons who supported the process. But for us, as onlookers, as observers of that process, I think many will be glad that Section 50, sub 1 and 2, has been allowed to have effect. Because Section 50, 1 and 2 does not talk about the party dictating the leadership of the National Assembly. And this point was reiterated by the Senate President, who said that the process was without rancor, and that it was the parties themselves, the members themselves, who chose and made recommendations, and that what he did as Senate President was to just announce. His point was further reiterated by Senator Okoyemi Bamidele, now Senate leader, Senator Okoyemi Bamidele representing Ekiti Central, who said all the 7 political parties decided, not that anybody dictated. And in any case, it will have been wrong to think that the APC could even be excluded from the emergence of the minority leadership of the Senate. Second point about this is that we're told that that caucus, that minority caucus within the National Assembly, decided to take a decision on its own. The gentleman that has now emerged as the Senate minority leader, his name was not even mentioned at all. The names that we used to hear, Jarigbe Agom, Adamu Aliero, Tambowal, and all that. But a certain caucus within the party said, one club has been chosen, because he's neutral, because he's not part of any group that is desperate to emerge as a Senate minority leader, and that he has been chosen because of his, of his neutrality in the matter, and that they will not allow either Waziri Atiku Abubakar or former Governor Nyesom Wike or anybody else to dictate to them. And you recall that many PDP members even opposed the emergence of Senator Aminu Tambuwa as Senate minority leader. That's another undercurrent there. Number 3, another undercurrent is that it will look like the PDP or the Akpabio caucus, if I may use that expression, if any such thing exists, has chosen to reward Bamidele Okoyemi, who was, a cheering leader for Godswill Akpabio, has also chosen to reward Alim Dume, who was all over the place saying, look, Akpabio must emerge as the Senate president. And you see a similar pattern in the House of Representatives. But all said and done, the National Assembly now has its principal officers. The third subtext is that the battle is now going to shift to chairmanship of committees, membership of committees. People will also be desperate. They'll be jostling, looking for where they can be. One of the most popular committees is the Committee on Appropriation, you know, and then maybe Committee on Ports Authority, you know, but for reasons best known to lawmakers. But this is where we are now. We hope that the National Assembly will do its house clearing business very quickly so that they can begin to focus on major issues of the day. And those major issues that this Senate, this National Assembly has to worry about, you know, are already emerging. They are already emergent. Only yesterday, the INEC chairman, Yakubu, you know, was addressing resident electoral commissioners. And he was saying, look, there are things that need to be done. There are challenges that need to be addressed. One of those challenges will include one, a review of the Electoral Act 2022, in which there are still many omissions, as we have seen in the conduct of the 2023 general elections. Two, Electoral Offences Commission Bill, which has been in abeyance. That Electoral Offences Commission Bill needs to be passed expeditiously by the 10th National Assembly. The INEC chairman was still saying yesterday, you know, more or less, the INEC is overburdened. INEC has 215 cases that have been forwarded to it, case files forwarded by the police. Now, those 215 cases, Section 145 of the Electoral Act 2022 says, at sub 2, says that INEC can prosecute. The same INEC that will conduct elections will be the same INEC that will prosecute electoral offenders, even when we have been told that there were originally 774 electoral offenders. So the police have concluded their own work of arrest and investigation. Now, if we have an Electoral Offences Commission, as recommended by the Waste Commission, INEC will not be overburdened, because this is the point that INEC continues to make again and again. And there's a plethora of other issues that this, you know, National Assembly should focus upon, rather than opportunities in terms of appointment to committees, to positions, whether principal or procedural. The work needs to start, and we're hoping, as we have always said, that this will not be a rubber stamp assembly, that this will be an assembly that is committed to the making of laws for the good governance of Nigeria.
All right, my great and wonderful people, this one don't bring us to the end of today's broadcast, and we'll leave you to share the rest with us on the comment section, even as we draw the line here. We'll see you again when we see you. Remember, we love you all. Bye-bye.